but I don't understand why I've been asked to leave. This is the issue. Like I said, there's no signage on the door to suggest that I can't record in here. I have an internal memo from the DWP that states that members of the public are allowed to record in public areas. DWP is here in Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. We've got Job Centre Plus right in front of me, and police station to the left of me. We're going to do the Job Centre first, and pop in and say hello. There's nothing to say. Oh, those are some slow moving doors.
Yes, you alright, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm having a little look around at the signs and that. There's a lot of job posters up there. We've got a very crowded board here. Don't even know where to start looking, really.
Welcome back. Today, we're observing an interaction at a job centre in Great Yarmouth. The auditor begins by quietly reading public notice boards. Generally, these government-funded spaces are accessible to the public, and filming what the eye can see is usually permitted in open areas. However, staff often have different interpretations of these rules. Notice how calm the environment is right now. He's simply gathering information, but watch closely as this quiet atmosphere shifts the moment his camera is detected.
Start top left, I guess. So they've got wellbeing reach out. Got access to work, posters. I think these are stickers, yeah. About domestic violence. Play garden. Got an NHS Your Voice Matters for people aged 14 to 25 who live in Norfolk or Waveney. Interesting. Yes, there's a lot of information on here. Problem is, when you overcrowd information, your brain just goes into sensory overload. You end up not looking at anything. It's the same with restaurant menus and things like that as well. Same principle. You got find a job and find an apprenticeship there with the QR codes, and then they've got a virtual job board as well. And they post 120 plus jobs per week. So quite a lot of jobs going in and around the area by the looks of it. I don't know what sort of area that covers. They got some jobs up here in person. And we've got more engagement courses. ESOL and community interpreting, parenting, schools and social care. Interesting. They've got a lot of information on what your situation is, how many hours you could be working, and it's basically showing you numbers that you would be better off working.
As he documents the posters, he highlights government messaging meant for public viewing. In the UK, there isn't typically a specific law preventing photography in public access areas of government buildings unless specific bylaws apply. He hasn't interfered with operations or filmed private data, yet the staff's attention is turning toward him. The way this interaction begins often dictates how the police will eventually respond.
So a lot of people think that it's better to not be in work financially sometimes, but so yeah, they've got these posters up to show you that to depending on your circumstance, 9 times out of 10, I think in all of these cases, it's better to be in work, otherwise they wouldn't put the poster up. That's interesting. How you doing today? You alright?
Yeah, good man.
Good. There's a lot of jobs now going around the area, isn't there? So it's just still a virtual job board.
Seasonal stuff, mate.
Oh, okay. Does it get quite busy down here in the summer, does it? Very nice. Employers and providers in this week.
These are just guys that have come in to help people get into work.
Right, okay.
CVs and stuff.
I see, I get you. That's quite good though. Nice. Got vocational session. Easter craft activity day for those of you local. Look for something to do with your kids. Very nice.
Are you recording?
Pardon?
Are you recording?
Pardon?
Are you recording anything at all?
Yes.
Can I ask you not to record one in the job centre places like private property?
Why?
Because we don't have anybody recording in the job centre.
There's no signage or anything on the front
Yeah, I'm
door.
asking you not to record inside the job centre place.
I don't understand why not.
We don't have phone inside the job centre. We'll have to ask you to do it outside.
I don't understand why
We don't
not.
have anybody recording the job centre.
But again, like, you've got no signage on the door. Like,
We-
you know, there's
I'm
nothing.
asking you not to record one in the job centre place.
You can ask me not to wear my boots while I'm in the job centre.
Yeah,
You know, but you
we are
haven't got any
private
signage.
property.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are restricting you from coming in if you want to carry on recording.
Okay. If you can show me a written policy.
Yeah, if you don't come outside, you're not.
Well, I know I need to see a written policy, and then if you know, and then we'll
Can I
take it
have
from
a
there.
senior manager, please?
As I said, you've got no signage on the door.
Gary's a minute.
But
Can I just ask you what you're moving for me, please?
We see the first confrontation. The staff member states filming is prohibited, citing privacy concerns. The auditor responds by asking to see a written policy, which is a common way to test if a rule is official or just personal preference. Generally, if a policy is enforceable, staff should be able to produce it. Notice the tension rising. The auditor remains calm, but the refusal to stop filming is clearly unsettling the employees.
so we've got Great Yarmouth Community Championships outreach in multiple different languages here.
Can I ask you to stop recording, please?
Pardon?
Again?
Pardon?
Can I ask you to stop recording? Make way towards the foyer. If you're refusing to do it, I will have the police informed us.
Well, it's not really nothing to say anything.
Well,
to
with
get the
data
police
protection
involved
inside the building, there's confidential information on show. I'm asking you not to carry on recording.
with. Why is there confidential information on show?
We have people at desks, they're recording.
Oh, they shouldn't be on show, should
Well, they're
it?
not on show, but there's people at
Just
desks.
like your blinds are wide open, I could stand outside and see all of that information, couldn't I?
Like loads of lines at the same time.
Well, yeah, I know, but they shouldn't be open in the
But
first place. If you're
I'm
that
asking
worried
you-
about data
I'm now asking
protection,
you to leave the property for me.
I'm just like trying to
I'm
gather
now asking
information
you to leave
about.
the property. If not, I will inform the police
I mean,
and have you removed. I'm being polite.
the police have no power to remove me
They
in
do
this
from
situation.
here. They do from here.
They don't.
Because we are private property.
Yeah, but that's not a police matter. Police can't get involved with
It's a
civil
private
with the civil
property. I'm
trespass.
now asking you.
Okay, I mean, you do what you've got to do. I think you'd be wasting their
And
time.
I'm now asking you to leave the property.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. And as I said, you're welcome to do what you've got to do.
Yeah, you can carry on recording from that and that. I'm recording at the same time as well, just
Thank
let
you
you
for
know.
letting me know. Appreciate that. And then you obviously got the sign on your body worn camera and that.
Yes.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, of course, you're welcome to record. As
No,
I-
of course I'm.
you know, I haven't come up to you and like shoved
No,
the camera
but,
in your face. I'm just
no,
trying
but
to
I've
record
asked you
this
not to record while
information.
inside. We allow recording out there because you're looking at jobs. So we allow it out there.
And what was I doing when I came in here?
You're still carrying on recording.
Yeah, because like now I
And
don't feel
I
safe. You're
have asked
confronting
you-
me
and I
and
did
you've
ask
come
you-
very close to me.
I'm still
you know.
in my space and your space, so I'm an arm's length from you. So I have asked you to stop recording.
Okay, I'm going to ask you not to wave your arm at me like that again, because that was, you know, if you do, I might have to push it out the way because it was quite aggressive.
That's fine. That's not actually aggressive at all. It was
Uh,
my hand is down
well, yeah,
low.
but
It's
you
not-
know, I
my
see
hand
have
is
somebody
not-
stepping towards me
My hand
then.
is not raised above my shoulder. It's not raised above your head. It's not raised near your throat. It's down low.
So you can't hit me in the stomach and the abdomen, go
It's
for a
an
kidney
on-contact.
shot, nothing like that, no?
My hand is open at the same time.
So you can't...
I know exactly the same as what you're saying as well, so we're both saying exactly the same thing. It's a non-aggressive move by asking you, please. It's also get SIA regulations for having an open palm and to show it like that as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just the way you waved your arm across me. Like,
Well, that's just like, all that is like that.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, I am asking you now. Make my outside from
yeah, I understand you've repeated that a lot of times, but
Yep.
I'm here in a
It's
public...
confusing, yeah. Yep.
I mean, I'm in a public area. I'm not
You're
going
also,
into the office
you're also
areas.
in a private building. It's owned by somebody else, makes it private.
Right.
So people are like anywhere, say
Who's
little
it, who's it
shop.
owned by?
We can give the landlord's details if you want to afterwards.
Right, okay.
It's owned by a landlord.
Yeah.
The situation is escalating quickly. The staff member accuses the auditor of waving his arm, characterizing it as aggressive. This shift is significant because it moves the argument from policy to safety. The auditor maintains that his actions were non-threatening. Often, when authority figures cannot produce a written rule, the focus pivots to their subjective feeling of safety, which creates a more complex situation for the police to handle later.
And who pays the landlord's rent?
DWP, Department of Work and Pensions.
And who pays into the DWP?
Yes, we all know it's taxpayers, yes.
Exactly. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going into your private areas. I'm still in
No,
a public
but
area.
yeah, and I'm asking you.
Again, you're asking me, but you could ask me not to wear my boots in here. But
Yeah,
then
that's health and hygiene.
But you don't have any written policy about this, do you? Like, if you did, I've asked you to get me the written policy.
Yep.
And that's fine. But you've refused to do that. Like,
I haven't refused. I've asked my colleague to try and supervise it.
right, okay. But you know, why would I leave the premises based on something when I haven't seen anything in writing to suggest that, you know? Because I have an internal memo from the DWP that says that actually that people can record in a public place, and this is a public place. Because it's not appointment only in here. There's no signage to suggest that it's appointment only, otherwise you wouldn't have information to come and be looked at by general members of the public.
Correct, yeah.
So again,
I was going to come. I was going to get an agent follow.
okay, yeah. So I'm not going into any of the private areas up to the desks or anything like that. If you're worried about data protection, then you know ultimately, if I can record it, it means I can see it or hear it, and that's the data breach, isn't it? Me seeing or hearing it. It's not the recording. Recording is evidence of that. We've got more posters over this side. So I don't know if that's Russian or Ukrainian. Is that Russian or Ukrainian? Do you know? No. There's stuff on COVID-19 in the NHS in Slavic language. These ones they've got in English on the left-hand side, and there we go. This one's in Ukrainian. So I would just imagine this one is as well.
Hey mate, did you want to speak to a manager?
Pardon?
Did you want to speak to a manager?
Yeah, if you want to talk. That's
Joel
fine.
turns up.
Yeah, how you doing?
I've had a conversation with you, but can we stop recording?
Because of the way that I was approached and the way that the security's got very close to me, like, I don't feel safe to stop recording, to be honest with you.
Well,
but
if that's the case, if you don't feel safe to, you've been asked to leave, so if you don't feel safe, surely leaving would be a safer.
But I don't understand why I've been asked to leave. This is the issue. Like I said, there's no signage on the door to suggest that I can't record in here. I have an internal memo from the DWP that states that members of the public are allowed to record in public areas.
The debate now centres on the definition of public versus private space. The auditor argues that in a taxpayer-funded building open to the public, privacy expectations in the lobby are limited. The staff maintains it is private property. This distinction is crucial. Generally, implied permission exists for the public to enter, but staff often believe they can revoke that permission instantly. This disagreement is exactly what the police will be called to resolve. The police are on their way, but first, a manager steps in, claiming he feels unsafe. This triggers a heated debate over human rights that sets the stage for a controversial and physical removal.
This is a public area. Public members of the public are allowed to come in, look at the boards, you know. Like I said, I'm not going up to your desks. Anything that I can see from here that you're worried about being a data breach, I shouldn't be able to see or hear it. That's the data breach, isn't it? Me seeing and hearing it. The recording would be evidence of that. So there should be no issue because I shouldn't be able to see or hear anything in the first place. And if I have, you're already breaching GDPR and DPA, aren't you?
But equally, if I don't consent to you recording me, I don't consent to you recording me.
I mean, they haven't asked me for consent to record to record me. They haven't asked for my consent. We've got CCTV all over the place. In a public place, there's no expectation of privacy, I'm afraid. You know, I'm walking around with my face open, you know, and I've got a helmet on, but obviously it's an open face helmet. Haven't got my balaclava up, my snood up over my face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've done with that called police. Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you feel like you've got to do, then that's what you've got to do.
Yeah, follow the guidance
Yeah.
and procedures.
Well, I mean, obviously, like I said, I have it's from, I think, probably about this time last year, but I have a memo from the DWP that states in the first paragraph that there's members of the public are allowed to record in public. These are public places.
So first word you said there, like record in public?
Yes.
This is a public space, this is private property.
Yeah, the difference between private property and public property and private property and public space is still a public space. Whether or not it's private property, it's a public space because you allow members of the public in to look around at the job stuff.
So refuse members of the public in this role.
But not while exercising a human right, or based on the fact that I'm exercising a human right. That's discrimination. That's actually a violation of Article 14 of the Human Rights Act. You know, you're not allowed to discriminate against somebody for exercising their human rights when there's no lawful basis to not do it. Pardon?
Same as our human rights for you coming in and film at the same time.
Again, as I was saying to the manager here, there's no expectation of privacy in public, hence why you're allowed to record, because you've got CCTV everywhere.
And I explained how to record.
Yeah, you did, absolutely. You did.
You have signage up saying CCTV.
Yeah, of course.
According to our rule.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And again, but you're allowed to do that under the same law that I'm allowed to in a public place. You've probably got cameras on the external of the building pointing into areas outside.
A new staff member engages, repeating the claim that he doesn't feel safe. The auditor counters by citing the Human Rights Act, suggesting that removing him for filming is discriminatory. The staff struggles to articulate exactly why the camera is a threat, relying on general discomfort. This standoff highlights a clash between perceived authority and the auditor's understanding of the law, creating a deadlock that only the police can break.
No external cameras on the building at all.
All our camera we have puts it up on an up part.
But then, like, it will catch a part of the pavement in that, which is part of the public
Come
area.
down that way.
Well, just at a brick wall. That's all it captures.
Yeah,
Just captures a brick wall. No pavement, no door.
Point down, side of the building, which is on our property.
But the pavement on that is all yours as well.
No.
It doesn't capture any of the pavement at
Side of the
all.
building, straight
So it just captures bricks. It's a bit boring, isn't it?
No,
What's
it's
the point in
captures
it?
the floor as well.
And there you go, it captures the floor.
Of our building. It's our property outside there.
But out on the external is your property. Okay, fair enough.
We maintain it, the council doesn't.
Okay, interesting. Didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, the same. But even in here, this is still a public place. Like, you have notices, as you should, being an organisation and a governmental body. But it's still a public place, and that's what gives you the right to be allowed to record us without consent, because you've got a notice, but that's not asking my consent, is it? That's just telling you. Same way that I'm telling you I'm recording, that's fine.
But you, at the time you didn't tell us you recorded. I asked if you were recording, and then you told me.
I mean, it's very clear. You watch me walk around there dictating to
when
the camera.
when
You can
you
see
walk-
my screen, because like, as I was pointing at the
When
job
you
board,
walked
you can
through,
see that.
I asked, but through the part door, are you recording?
Yeah, that's it,
Then
yes.
you explained to me yes. And I asked you not to.
Okay, can I ask you not to record me?
You can do.
There you go, but you're not going to...
We'll
Exactly, you
stop
don't
now because it's going to be our evidence. The reference doesn't need to go anywhere.
go anywhere like where?
Well, we send off incident reports.
Right, okay.
If you else will report to explain what's happened.
Ah,
So
okay.
if we call the police, we have to incident reports.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, seems like a bit of overkill, really. Like I said, you know, wasn't doing anybody any harm.
No.
I'm not being aggressive or, or anything to anybody. Or,
All round really.
no, right.
So if we do have a policy, we do have any recording.
But then, like,
Unauthorised recording.
why do you not have any signage on the doors?
You don't sign it.
You know. So what if I come in here and I have issues with my memory and I'm using this as a disability aid? What then?
That would be a management decision.
Well, it wouldn't be a decision. By law, you'd have to allow it. under what's it, Disability Act, fair treatment and what's it called, fair adjustment, reasonable adjustment. You know, he'd have to allow it. It's a disability. You wouldn't deny somebody coming in a wheelchair. You know? But exactly. But the thing is, nobody before any of this has got to this situation where I've had manager, security guards approaching me and asking me to leave. Not one person has said, "Hi sir, is there a reason you're recording?" You know, nobody's asked why. Nobody's asked what I'm doing. So you haven't taken me the opportunity.
While you're outside, you recorded job search, and you explained that you were looking at QR codes, and that, as a lot of people have done, they said it's a QR code, and they take recording of it, or...
The conversation shifts to CCTV. The auditor highlights a potential double standard. The building records visitors without specific consent, yet staff object to being recorded themselves. This is a common argument in accountability audits to test the logic of privacy claims. The staff eventually disengage, realizing the debate is going in circles. Now, the atmosphere changes to a tense wait as everyone anticipates the arrival of law enforcement.
They'll take a snapshot of it, which is totally fine, because it's outside.
You might take this
Outside.
It's outside in the reception area, in the foyer. So many people go in there.
Is this not a reception area with seating for people to wait?
No, but some of the public there. And have you asked their consent if you can record?
Again, we're in a public space. We don't need their consent.
Have you asked their
We
consent?
don't need their consent because we're in a public space. This is where we're, I think, coming to an impasse here. Is that
gonna
you don't
carry on.
you don't understand
We're
that this is.
asked to
yeah.
carry on going around.
Yeah.
Just wait for police to come.
Have they been called?
They've been called, yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll have a seat and I'll wait patiently. Take a load off. If you're going to waste their time calling them, obviously I don't want them then looking for me afterwards when I'm not doing anything wrong, so I'll wait for them to come. Not a problem.
I've got appointments on Saturday the 8th. How will you be back in the
So this G4S guard is breaking a law. Just watched the 360 spin. There's definitely no license on display. No. Interesting. You're not licensed. SIA licensed. Why is it not on display? Why is it not on display?
I don't want you filming me.
Pardon?
I don't want you
Ah, okay. So you've typed into your bell, but you don't have it on display. Okay, that's fair enough. I understand that. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'd like to think whoever rang the police didn't ring 999 because I don't think it would constitute an emergency. So a 101 call, by the time you get through to 101, go through the process with them and then wait for somebody to come out. Like I said, it was pointless calling them really, but I understand you have a policy, but you also have brains.
We have to follow guidelines.
But you also have brains, and like think about it. What are the police realistically going to do? Pardon? They'll ask me to leave. Yeah, you've asked me to leave. It doesn't, but it doesn't make a difference whether they ask me or you ask me. That's what I don't understand. Is that they don't. I understand that, but again, it's just a waste of their time or something. Like if I were being aggressive towards you or raising my foot, I could understand why you would want the police involved. But yeah.
During the lull, the auditor inspects the security guard's badge. In the UK, security personnel are typically required to display their SIA licence clearly. Pointing out this failure shifts the pressure back onto the staff, showing that they may be neglecting regulations while trying to enforce rules on him. This quiet period is deceptive. The police are minutes away, and their understanding of the law will determine if this ends peacefully or in handcuffs.
Yeah. Just following orders, I guess.
It's all friendly.
It's something that's been used quite a lot throughout history, just following orders.
Hi mate, how you doing?
What about yourself?
Good, good. What's your name, friend?
Pardon?
What's your name?
I don't give out my name, afraid.
Okay. Why are you refusing to leave?
Pardon?
Why are you refusing to leave? What's happened?
I'm not going to answer any questions. Obviously, they're the ones that have called you, so you can discuss the matter with them.
Let me just find out what's going on.
Yeah, go for it.
Then we'll come back to that.
What's your collar number there? Sorry, 419.
419.
Yes.
Just hang it. Yeah.
Do I have to?
Thank you.
The police arrive and the dynamic shifts instantly. Instead of mediating, the officer immediately moves to eject the auditor, citing a potential breach of the peace. The auditor attempts to discuss the civil nature of trespass, but the officer appears uninterested in the legal nuances. This rapid escalation is striking. Typically, officers might ask questions first, but here, the decision to use force seems to have been made before they even walked through the door.
Essentially, my friend, you just got to go. They want you out of here. It's technically, although the job centre's a public place.
Yep.
Yeah. Only by express or implied permission. So now you have to leave. It's private property. When they want you to leave, so you got to go.
And if I don't,
I'll just take you out.
you'll take me out.
Yeah.
Why? What power do you have on that?
Okay. Breach of the peace. We can take you out. We can use reasonable force to prevent any issues. So under common law,
Right.
we can use force.
So breach of
So
the
I'm
peace.
not here to argue with you.
Okay.
Get your stuff to me.
Okay, can I ask you a
No,
question?
you can't. No, you
Breach,
yourself
before you
leave.
use breach of the peace, I don't want to have to sue you, okay?
Okay.
I want to have a civil discussion, so
Okay,
I don't
let's
want to have to
civil
sue you.
discussion outside.
I don't want to
I
use...
can use common law to use
You don't
reasonable-
have the power under breach of the peace right now. I'm not being aggressive. Nobody is
You're
under
refusing
harm.
to leave.
Nobody's property
You're
is under
refusing
harm.
to leave.
You don't understand breach of
They
peace
want-
then. Use
they
your
want-
breach of peace and I'll sue you. Do it.
There's breach of
Can we
peace,
hold up your
or I
collar
can
number?
use- Listen,
Right, and you're both
friend.
PCs?
Yep.
Right.
We can
Use the
we can
powers you
common
think you've
law,
got
we
then.
can use common law.
Do it then.
We can use Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act to
What?
remove you.
Section
from
3 of the
property.
Criminal Law, right? What's
Common
that?
law is what I'm going to use force.
Section 3 of the Criminal
Yeah,
Act.
so I'm not here to get into a discussion. Are you going to leave reasonably? Is there anything I can do that will reasonably get you to leave this property?
Have a civil discussion without threatening violence on me and assaulting me. You're going to assault me. If you're going to assault me,
Are you going to leave?
are you going to assault me if I
Have a
don't?
chat with you outside.
I'd rather.
Why we can talk
really-
here? I'm not being like, as they've told you, I've not been aggressive
The
towards
issue
anybody.
we've got is you're now on private property
Right.
because your right to be here has been removed.
And that's a civil trespass, isn't it?
Right?
Civil
Listen.
matter,
Listen.
not police matter. Civil.
It's now our matter.
You're
isn't it?
breaching-
We've been called here. haven't
What?
we?
What?
You're breaching data protection as well because there's no filming once you get past them doors.
No signage. Nobody
right.
showed me a written policy.
They've told
The onus
They've
is on
told
them on data protection, not on me, isn't it?
They've told you.
friend.
Oh, I'm not here.
I'm not
to
your
be an
friend. Don't
argument.
call me your friend. You just threatened to assault me.
I'm not trying to assault
You
you.
have.
I said I'm going to remove you.
Yeah, and that's assault because you don't have the power
Under
to do
common law,
that.
I do have the
No,
power
you
to remove
don't.
you. Yeah, preemptive force.
Well, tell you what, why don't you give your
Preemptive
sergeant a
force.
call?
I don't need to. Right, out. Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
I've used common law to remove you. That's what we've
You
done.
don't have that right under
course I
common
do.
law.
Of course I
It's it's not a police matter. You don't work for organisations. You work for His
Called us, my
Majesty.
friend.
You
They've
don't
called
work
us.
for them.
They've called us to prevent any issues.
There
okay?
were no issues happening. They told you I was
They
not being
want-
violent. I
they
was sat
wanted
there
you to leave.
peacefully.
They wanted you to leave.
Right.
They've got every right to ask you to leave. It's now a private property. It's only
And that's
a public,
their
it's
problem.
only
They have the right to
are you-
remove
are
me
you gonna
physically.
listen
No,
to me?
because you're
Or are
chatting
you-
shit.
Are you, mate? Swear again, and you'll get nicked.
I'm not allowed to swear in an abusive or threatening manner. I am allowed to use swear words as part of my dialect
No,
if it's
you're
an
not.
expressive
You're
manner.
not.
Talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. He's already ruled about it in the High
Section
Court.
5, public
I know
order
Section 5, I know Section 4 and 4A.
Okay, that's great.
I can swear as part of my general vernacular because it's expressive language
If you
and it's
need-
protected under freedom of expression.
need to speak
I'm
to
not
them,
allowed to swear
someone's
at people. I'm not allowed to use language that may cause alarm, harassment or distress, which would be using it in a threatening or abusive
could be,
manner,
because there's
even if that's towards you, but there's somebody walk past. I
Buddy,
get
have
that.
you got anything better to do than try and get into an argument?
I wasn't trying to get into an
yourself?
argument.
You won't let me explain my point.
No, because you're chatting shit.
Right, under arrest, public order offence.
Under arrest, yeah?
Yeah, you're under arrest for a public order offence. Okay, so you don't have to say anything that may harm your defence. We've not mentioned when questioned.
What public was around at that point?
Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Okay, I've warned you.
Okay, so 5 hours later, and PTCP is back here at the job centre. Just got dropped back off by the police. So there, I spent 5 hours sat in a cell at the Great Yarmouth Police Investigation Centre, and they didn't even interview me in the end. They released me with a charge for a Section 5 public order offence. So this is the police station here. But yeah, they released me with a charge, but without interview. So they said that basically they're just going on police evidence, so they didn't need to interview me. But yeah, so the paperwork on Section 5 says using threatening or abusive language or behaviour. So apparently saying somebody is talking shit is threatening and or abusive in this day and age. So let's see how that one sticks. Be contacting my solicitors tomorrow to take it up with them. So watch this space. I'll keep you posted as much as I can. But yeah, I'm gonna head home because it's gonna be probably 11:30 by the time I get home now at this rate. But yeah, as always, guys, stay safe.
The situation culminates in a physical removal and an arrest for a public order offence, specifically regarding the language used. The officer claims the swearing was abusive, while the auditor argues it was conversational. This interaction highlights three key points: the often blurred line between civil trespass and police matters, the varying police interpretations of abusive language, and the importance of remaining calm even when physically handled. If you found this analysis helpful, please comment and subscribe for more. This video is educational, not legal advice. Always check local laws. Peace out.